What if Naruto was like Broly Part 3? Naruto gets to the training grounds and sees Sakura and Sasuke, but no Kakashi, as he was expecting. He hadn't really made the first best impression on his punctuality, really, has he? Naruto noticed that Sasuke seemed to be taking steps away from him every time he moved, trying to keep a distance. Knowing that he wouldn't be able to talk to him, Naruto just sat down under a tree, waiting for the test to start. Sakura, kind of feeling sorry for Naruto, as he genuinely seemed to be sorry about everything that he's done, goes and sits near him. Not next to him, as she still had that enormous crush on Sasuke. But in this timeline, Naruto wasn't as annoying, because he wasn't starved for affection by his classmates. After an hour, Kakashi turned up, lying to his team, saying that he got lost on the path of life. He explains the test, and Sakura asks why there's only 2 bells, to which Kakashi replies that this way at least one of you goes back to the academy. He tells them all to get ready and counts down from 3. Before he gets to 1, Naruto starts running at Kakashi. Kakashi speeds behind Naruto, but is caught off guard when Naruto throws a punch ready to land on Kakashi's face. He quickly blocks, but notices that punch would have actually done a bit of damage. He tells Naruto not to go until he says start. He counts down again, and when he gets to 0, Sasuke and Sakura jump into the woods, while Naruto dashes straight towards Kakashi. Kakashi dodges the first dozen attacks easily, but he notices that Naruto is slowly adapting, throwing punches faster, and each punch is getting closer to hitting its mark. Kakashi desperately tries dodging, but eventually has to start blocking and fighting back. The two of them get into a heated taijutsu bout while Sakura and Sasuke are watching from the woods. Sakura is amazed, but Sasuke starts trembling, thinking that it will take him years to get to this level of strength, but Naruto is already there, that easily. Kakashi jumps back, thinking that he'll have to start using jutsu in order to stop this seemingly unstoppable force. He weaves hand signs for a mud wall jutsu to obscure Naruto's vision, and then uses the headhunter jutsu and drags Naruto into the ground. Kakashi, after successfully trapping Naruto, goes after Sasuke and Sakura. But before he could put Sakura under a genjutsu, he sees a strange green light, and in the middle of the light was Naruto looking pissed off after being humiliated. His muscles are bulked up and his hair raised, but unlike the graduation exam, his hair stayed that way. It didn't just wear off quickly. He shouts at Kakashi, telling him that that fight isn't over yet. Though Kakashi had seen a lot and been through a lot, seeing Naruto like this scared him. Kakashi almost by instinct raised his headband, revealing his Sharingan. But he was gobsmacked when he realised that he could not see Naruto's chakra, which took Genjutsu away as an option. Naruto put his hands together and shouted Shadow Clone Jutsu. 4 bright green Naruto clones appeared, all bulked up, jumping towards Kakashi. Kakashi started fending them off, but noticed that whenever he hit one, before they disappeared, they seemed to float above the ground, almost like they were flying. The real Naruto gets in close, and before Kakashi could react, throws a punch and puts Kakashi through several trees, nearly knocking him out. The anger in Naruto finally subsides and he drops to his knees, panting. Sakura helps him to his feet, telling Naruto that was amazing. Sasuke, who had showed up just before Kakashi got smacked, nearly passed out from cerebral overload, as he seen that Kakashi has a Sharingan, and that it was completely ineffective against Naruto. Kakashi gets back to the clearing that the team were in, and gave one of the bells to Naruto, saying that he earned that just being able to go toe to toe with him, and for all intents and purposes, kicking his ass. Kakashi tells Sakura and Sasuke that they still need to get a bell, so that'll be based on how they can do against him one-on-one. Suffice it to say that Sasuke does the best out of the two of them and gets the other bell off Kakashi. Kakashi was about to tell them that they all fail, when Naruto, who could see that Sakura was upset about going back to the academy, gives her his bell, saying that rank doesn't really matter to him, as long as he can fight strong people. This is where his true Saiyan nature begins to be fully exposed. Kakashi takes the bells off Sakura and Sasuke and tells them that they all pass. He explains the whole point of the exercise and says that even though she didn't fight, Sakura and Naruto have potential of being team players. He then turns to Sasuke and scolds him for not even trying to help them out, saying that he can't rely on Naruto to fight all the time. This got under Sasuke's skin, as he didn't think he needed to rely on anyone, but in actuality, he let Naruto and Sakura face Kakashi alone while he was staying at a distance, just because he didn't like Naruto. He tells Kakashi that it'll never happen again, and they all head off home, with Kakashi telling them that their first mission will start tomorrow. Over the next month, they are given tedious tasks like helping old ladies do their shopping or getting lost cats out of trees, and Team 7 are getting bored very fast. Naruto asks the Hokage, after reporting a successful mission, if they could possibly have a more difficult mission, as they felt like they were being wasted. The Hokage gives them the escort mission to the Land of Waves, telling them that he was surprised it took him this long to ask. Tazunu walks in drunk and starts mouthing off like usual, and gets told that they will meet at the village gates in the morning. They meet at the gates the following morning and set off to the Land of Waves, excited that they finally get to leave the village. Naruto and Sakura are talking, wondering what this mission will entail, while Sasuke is trailing behind them, wrestling with his mixed feelings about Naruto. Just so there's no confusion, the relationship between Naruto and Sasuke had become better over the last month, being on the same team, and then both trying to bury the hatchet as it may affect their work. Whereas Naruto and Sakura, were actually quite good friends in this version. Sakura even started training with Naruto, improving her taijutsu, and even helping Naruto with ideas of how to use his power, as it doesn't exactly work the same as chakra. I mean, you can still pull off some jutsu with it, but... After a few hours, they notice a small puddle on the floor, and two Chunin jump out, trying to attack the group, although they were extremely outmatched. Sakura took one of them out with her signature haymaker, which had become miles harder over the last month, while Naruto showed the fruits of his experimentation with his own power. He opened his hand and pointed his palm towards the other demon brother, and a small green orb appeared in the centre and shot towards the Chunin, sending him through multiple trees, knocking him out cold. Kakashi, Tazuna and Sasuke are all gobsmacked by what Naruto had just displayed, while Sakura just looked at him, saying he could have held back a little, slightly giggling. Naruto asked what that was, and Naruto explained that his power is different than chakra, and behaves differently. He called this odd power ki. Kakashi begins theorizing that that may be the reason why my Sharingan doesn't work properly on him. And he also thinks that maybe his clones were actually flying because of this power. They continue down the road and eventually get to a big clearing alongside the lake. And suddenly a thick mist starts to fall over all of them. A few moments pass, then Kasha tells them all to get down. A huge sword goes flying over their heads and lodging itself into a tree. They look up and see a man standing on the hill. The man says that he's surprised to see Kasha, the copy ninja, here. The group asks who this man is, and Kasha replies saying that this is the demon of the hidden mist, Zabazuma Mochi. Okay, a couple of things. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a bit different, because there's a heat wave in England and I'm dying, and it's 1:05 in the morning. I should be asleep, but hey ho. But anyway, let me know what you think and any improvements I can make. I'll see you next time. Bye.